Hello, I am Cecilia. I'm with United Rescue Alliance. So today we're here at the Light on the Hill Methodist Church that is based here in Kerrville. And with me, I have Belle Palmer, but I would love her to introduce herself. So, hello, Belle Palmer. So, can you introduce yourself and tell me what you do and the vision and mission behind Light on the Hill?
Sure. So again, my name is Beth Palmer. I'm the outreach director at Kerrville First United Methodist Church and the director here at Light on the Hill, which is a sister campus. This campus is over 100 years old. Its history is as a retreat, a spiritual retreat and camp center for children and youth and adults for many years through the Southwest Texas Conference of Methodist Churches, which merged with the Rio Grande Conference of Methodist Churches. So now we are part of the Rio, Texas Conference of the Methodist Church. And so we took over management here at Mount Wesley in 2019. So it's been a very fast 7 years. And we have our own 501c3, which required us to rename it. So we are the Light on the Hill at Mount Wesley. And our vision here, we're a whole team. We partner with Methodist Healthcare Ministries. We have community health workers. We have health navigators. We have Wesley Nurse. And we're a small team, but we have over 300 unpaid servants that help us every month serve our community, the underserved, the marginalized in our community. We try to be advocates and try to connect them to the resources they need to help. Holistically, we're looking at, we want their lives to be better. We want their lives to be healthy and whole. And so we're looking at how can we help mind, body, soul, the whole package. So we're very fortunate. We strive to be a hub of hope in our community. And so recently, we try to stay relevant with what's happening. So after immediately July 4th, when the flood happened, both campuses, our church campus and this campus, opened up as shelters. And so we were housing flood survivors at one campus. We were housing folks waiting for news and word on their loved ones. So we were hopeful to be a center that could reunite folks. Ended up where we became brought in many mental health and emotional spiritual needs were needing to be met as parents and families were receiving word that their loved one did not survive. And so it was a very difficult time. After that, we housed first responders and volunteer groups, and we continue to do that. So that is kind of where we are. We have a team of us that our regular job is doing different programs and things from Light on the Hill, from working with children and parent education to food insecurity to other basic needs type connections to resources. And we also have become disaster case managers. So we are helping. We're part of a team that we have over 600 households that we're walking alongside as they recover. And today, y'all came and blessed 25 of those households, and we're so grateful.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Well, that was really amazing, and thank you very much for the job that you do. And we, as United Rescue Alliance, would like to take this opportunity to say thank you for when we got back to you and we said we wanted to bless 25 families. You were very quick to respond and say yes.
Absolutely.
So thank you very much for what you're doing. And the resources that we got were from our partner organization, the Good 360. So we'd also like to say thank you to Good 360 for donating these resources that impact the communities here in Carr County. Because every family member who got these resources, it was a beacon of hope and it restored hope, and that was really, really significant. And I know that you mentioned so many things that you guys are doing, but for today, at this moment in time, when you're seeing the different families and the faces and their countenance as before they step in that door and after they step, could you see any difference, or what does this particularly mean for you, for people who are impacted as you walk in this journey, and you've been walking after July,
Yeah.
since July the 4th?
Absolutely. I think that all of us are in this hope business, the hope of recovery, the hope of healing, the hope of a deepening relationship with their neighbors, their community, and the most important relationship of all, with Jesus Christ.
True.
And so we want to surround these flood survivors. We've been walking alongside them. So for many of them, we've been in relationship since right after the July 4th, when they lost their homes, they lost all their belongings, they lost their car, they lost everything. And so there's been quite a few tears, quite a few tears of joy also. And today was very joyful. So everyone was so excited, and they knew they were going to get blessings, and I don't think they realized how incredible these blessings would be, and that just also the interaction with your team, and y'all sharing more than just here's stuff.
Yes.
You're sharing yourselves,
Yes.
and that makes all the difference. People feel loved and cared for, and that they matter, and that's what we're all about.
True, very
Yeah.
true. Thank you very much for answering that. And that is just to show the significance of having donors and the partner organizations that made it possible for us as URA, any other agents that is involved, to come in and step in and bring the resources that the communities need, and also responding on time.
Yeah.
So for most that know, this is a continuation of our long-term recovery plan. So we keep coming to Curry County, doing different things, and this time was different because we came for Light on the Hill, and they had marginalized people, and it was 25 specific families, and these are households. And we know that if you want to respond, you start from a family, and then it builds up to a community, then a city, and then a nation, and the whole world. So you impact from the smallest to the biggest, and it's like a triangle. So we want to say thank you very much for allowing us to come in here and blessing the communities here, and also just seeing how Jesus Christ really loves his people, and how these resources make an impact to the people here. So it's been great, and thank you very much for what you're doing.
Thank you.
And you mentioned about hope. I would love to know what hope particularly means for you, and what will hope impact, and how can that impact community, and what is the significance of hope?
Yeah. So I think that there's times in all of our lives, no matter whether we're walking through a disaster or just something happening within our family. Life happens, and there are challenges, and I think just knowing that whatever you're going through, that it's going to get better.
True.
There's help coming. There's help here, and I'm not alone. And I think just having hope in Jesus Christ, having hope in our community and our neighbors helping each other, which we have seen. I think every time something happens and it brings out the best in humanity,
True.
And we are looking past our differences. We're not looking at our politics. We're not looking at anything like that. We're just like, it's in us. It's in our DNA to be helpers. True. And to be hope givers and hope sharers. And it's going to come back around to us, because tomorrow it may be me, it may be you that needs someone to share the hope of Christ, and the hope of neighbor and community, and love and grace and mercy. And so it's a beautiful, Christ designed us for this. And
Yes.
together we're better. And by you being able to collect and access resources, that then comes and blesses these people,
True.
is just a beautiful thread that goes through all of us. And
Yes,
so
it is.
thank you for doing that.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That was a splendid answer. So just to end this, I would say thank you again, Good 360, for all the resources that you have provided for those 25 households, and also for the way that you guys worked with so much diligence and prudence. It was very immediate when we asked for those resources. You guys delivered it on time, and it brought really so much impact to the communities. And as URA, United Rescue Alliance, as you can see my t-shirt, it means you are a. So I would say Good 360, you are a hope for the communities who are impacted. So thank you very much to the Good 360 team.